Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Angry TV. This is another tech-based video. Yay! So very recently I turned really old, 45. And when you get to a certain age, like 45, you've got most of the things that you want when it comes to your birthday. So I asked for a new Apple Watch. Or, well, not really an Apple Watch, but, you know, money towards it. So I've taken the plunge and I'll be trading in this Apple Watch Series 3 with the Cellular that I absolutely adore. I love this thing. It's such a good gadget, and because it's such a good gadget, that's why I want another one. But what I've done might surprise you. I've not gone for the Apple Watch 5. I've gone for the Apple Watch Series 4. So stick with me and we'll have a look what's in the box, and then I'll tell you why I chose the 4 over the 5. Right, okay, so here goes. This is the rather lovely box it comes in. Now, as you can see, it's a Series 4, space grey, black sport band. It's the slightly larger 44mm version. Standard Apple loveliness. Let's try and get into it. Oh, doesn't come off there particularly well. What do you do with these? Not sure what's going on here. Oh, there you go. Origami. Nothing like a bit of Apple packaging overkill. But, oh, look at that. That's neat. Really is overkill. Let's leave it out on that. Oh, and it comes in 2 bits this time. The 3 just comes in 1. So, no prizes for guessing that. That's obviously the strap. It's the black sport band on this one. Again, not sure how you get into that. Okay. Tons and tons of packaging. Tons and tons of it. Fancy bits. Again, it's all quite fancy. If you've had one before, you obviously don't need to know how it attaches to the watch. It really is that simple. It's just this little thing here that slides in. So that's the strap. Now, what about the actual unit itself? Let's have a look. Okay. Quite like that box, I have to say. Okay. So in there, it's charging cable, power adapter. In here it's just kind of like a setup guide, or rubbish that you don't need if you had one of these before. And here's the watch itself. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but that's actually in like a little foam pouch. No crappy plastic, just a little foam pouch. I'll take that out of there. And there it is. Series 4. And it's virtually the same as the Series 3. But ever so slightly, and I mean ever so slightly bigger. This is the 42. This is the 44. I think the back's a little bit different, as it obviously has the new heart rate sensor in this one. But I mean, come on, there is virtually no difference in that. And probably the only reason that I'd know this one was bigger is because I've owned one of these. If you hadn't have owned one of these, you probably wouldn't know what that is, to be honest. And I mean, that is a tiny difference. You can barely even see it on here. There you go. Right, let's see if we can put the strap on it. I'll be using the bigger strap. because I've got fat wrists. Now, let's see if we can get this right. It really is this straightforward. That one on there. That one on there. That's not even in properly. It will be, and I'm not doing it behind the camera. There's that one. Can we see how it compares to the 3? Oh, it's woken up. I mean, come on, look, there is barely any difference there. There really, really isn't. It's ever so slightly thinner, I think, and ever so slightly bigger. So there you go. That's the 3, and that's its replacement. So the rest of this video, if you stick with me, I will tell you why I've chosen a 4 over a 5. Right, so if you stuck with me, you've seen what's in the box, and you know it looks good on the wrist. I do really like this watch face, this new one. It's quite cool. It's a bit of a shame actually that's not the 3, but I think it's because the screen's not big enough. But I do really like that. So now let's talk about the reasons why I have gone Series 4 rather than Series 5. So fortunately, about a week after my birthday, it was the Apple event where they announced the new watches, and I kind of watched that and watched the whole thing, got to the end, and they basically revealed that the Series 5 has an always-on display. Who cares? Seriously, who cares about an always-on display? For some people who want to be sneaky in meetings and check out the time, then great, but for the rest of us, it's hardly a big deal to do that, is it? It's not a big deal. And actually, with the display on, it's probably a bit annoying sometimes. I know it goes dark and stuff, but it's probably a bit irritating. And you kind of see one of these and you expect it to look black when it's off. And yeah, some scenarios great, but for me, it ain't a killer feature. And the other thing it's got is a compass. How often are you stuck in the jungle needing to know which way the moon is? Never. You're just not, are you? Compass, absolutely pointless. But there aren't any other features. That's it. Always on display compass. Looks identical to the 4. Absolutely identical. Nothing's changed. Not even the crown. They haven't bothered to change the crown this year. It looks absolutely the same. So no one's going to know whether you've got a 4 or a 5. They're just not. So for me, it's just those two things just weren't enough. They're just not enough to make the leap from 4 to 5. And the other thing is the cost. It's so expensive. The 5 with Cellular is 529 quid. Without, it's 429. Now, my Series 3 was Cellular, and I'll be honest, in the say 12, 14 months I've had that, I've used that feature twice. So the watch was an extra 100 quid, and on top of that you have to pay £5 a month. So what's that? 120 quid over the course of 2 years, plus the extra 100 quid, it's £220 for something you use once, maybe twice. And you probably think you're going to use it all the time, but you won't. I used it maybe twice when I was out for a run. But let's be honest, if you're out running, do you want to be disturbed? Surely if you're out for a run trying to get some exercise, you want to be left alone for half an hour, 40 minutes. You don't want constant phone calls and bleeps and texts, and you just want to be left alone. Yeah, the streaming music's quite handy, but let's be honest, you can actually download music to the watch anyway. So, you know, if you can bother to do that, there's no point in having the streaming service. You just won't use it. For some people who just want everything, then by all means go and buy it, because you've probably got money in a sense. But for the average user, you're barely away from your phone. You're not going to know that you haven't got it. So there's that. And just say the cost is crazy. So by the time that you think about, you know, you've shelled that out and you've paid for the watch, you pay for your cellular service, it's a fortune. It's an absolute packet. It's £200 a year, or £200 over the course of your ownership, that you just don't need to spend. So not only that, because the 5's out, the 4 got slashed in price. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not easy to find. There are very few of them about. There's loads of used ones on eBay, and you know that's fine. But if you want a new one like I did, they are like rocking horse poo. I went into my local Currys, but they said they had them in store, they didn't, and then I went on eBay and found their eBay shop and they actually had some. Unfortunately, they already had, I think it was like 80 quid off, but on the night I looked they happened to have another 10% off via an eBay code, so I've managed to pick that up for about 310 quid. It's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you not save that amount of money on virtually the same watch as a new one? If you can live without the cellular, which I can, then you know I've saved a fortune. So I've got a lovely new watch with a lovely new screen, the lovely new watch faces for, let's say what, 200-300 quid less than a Series 5. Total no-brainer. So for me, that's the reason I went 4 over 5. Hopefully some of you will find this video sort of useful if you're in the market for one at the moment. But if you're looking at the Cellular version, think long and hard about whether you're going to use it. I honestly don't think it's worth the money. It was a nice to have, but yeah, in real terms, it was money that I didn't need to be spending every month, and it will probably be the same for you. So thanks so much for watching this video. Obviously hit the subscribe button. Wait, don't go. No, wait, don't go. There's something I forgot to mention that was really important. I thought I must tell you this. Right, so because I'm a tight ass and I don't like spending money I don't have to, I must tell you about this find on eBay. It's not sponsored link, it's just something that I found and paid for with my own hard earned. Right, this here. Okay, it's an Apple Watch strap with the linky thing. And I think it's called the Space Link bracelet. Okay, have a guess how much that is on the Apple Store. Go on, have a guess. You'll never get it in a million years. Go on, ready? After 3. 3, 2, 1. Guessed it? You're wrong. £449. £449. £449. You know, nearly £500 for a strap. Nearly 500 quid. Yeah, well, not this one. This identical strap I found on eBay for £12.95. £12.95. And I can tell you that when this was on my Series 3, in actual fact I'm going to put it on for you now so you can see for yourself. Hang on, give me a trick while I battle this. Hang on. Right, slides on there. Nice metal, slides on there. Hang on, I might have to loosen it off to put it on. It's a bit fiddly to put it on. That's only because it's a link. There you go. Go and have a look on the Apple Store and look at the picture of their watch with the Space Link strap on. Okay, move it up close, you can see it. See that? Put that together like that. There you go, Space Link strap. £449 in the Apple Store. £449 for that. For something that you can buy on eBay for 13 quid. The moral of the story, having owned a few Apple Watches, is never, ever, ever, ever buy a strap directly from the Apple Store. You can buy virtually identical straps on eBay for not even a tenth of the price, and that one is just, that's a record beating rip-off. So Apple, we might be stupid, but we're not that stupid. So there you go, there's a little tip for you. Thanks for sticking around for you. It's a bit like a Marvel film where there's an extra bit at the end. Yeah, there you go, don't buy Apple straps directly from Apple. Stupid rip-off, don't do it. Yeah, again, subscribe. See you next time.